Hello and welcome to David's Comic School, and today this episode will be called Drawing Female Heads. Drawing female heads with David Finch. And this is what I was up to, and I will show you what you need on your journey to make comics. And as you can see, I will explain some things, and of course you can also go and learn from David Finch. This is definitely a recommend to check out his channel if you're on this journey, but there are tons of other great resources like Andrew Loomis and other anatomy books. But if you want to stay, and I will teach you how to draw this, not that he doesn't do it, but also it's not just the philosophy of learning anatomy. You need also to learn the language of your heroes, because that's kind of like if you learn just the theory but don't learn, let's say, from the actual movies, from the actual music, from the actual comics that you like you're not playing the music, not drawing the comics, not copying from your heroes, you won't get what you need, because David Finch also was looking at Mike Mignola, Mark Silvestri, Frank Frazetta, and all of those things. So this is kind of a bit of a crash course, and how I approached his video, and then how you draw it. Okay, so I will link the video down below, or I will pop it up here. And it's David Finch drawing the female heads, but he has also a lot of great videos. And I wanted to try it out. I wanted to go through his studies, and I have a bunch of books, but I thought, okay, let's see what he has to offer. And let me kind of trace what he did. So he starts off, and the thing about his video is he's drawing it, but he's drawing it pretty fast, and that's a thing. It's hard to I had to pause the video and had to see what is he doing. Like, he explains what he's doing, but he's explaining it super fast. So I will explain it pretty simple. So he draws first this head, and he puts down, let me take a pencil, it's a bit better with a pencil. So the first thing he does is he takes kind of this line, and he puts down the first line like right here. But you don't have to, you shouldn't mistake that he has probably done this already 10,000 times or 10,000 hours. So for you, it might be a bit alien to put down these lines. As you can see here, I'm trying to do my best, but my heads are kind of ugly in this sense. Like, I also failed, but then at the end of the lesson, I kind of drew this, so I was kind of happy. But it takes time, so I want to tell you, don't be disappointed. And I will teach you, or maybe this works. Let me see. Okay. The camera is fighting me a bit. Okay, so he's kind of putting down first this line, and then he makes like 3 shapes that are equally big, like 1, 2, 3, and these are equally big. And then he kind of draws the front, and then he creates some cheeks, as you can see, and the third space is kind of like the chin. And from here he goes 3-dimensional, so you have 4 planes after this, as you can see. You have also a slice of the scalp, and then he's always doing this 3-dimensional thing. He's kind of putting these objects, as you can see him here, into boxes. So he starts to draw. Wait a second, it's not in. No, he starts to draw this, and then he does 1, 2, and he knows down here is the chin, and here is like his cheeks, and here his front, and then he's kind of drawing this, and then he's elongating this, and down here, here's somewhere the ears, and then here comes down the neck, and he puts in here the eyes and the nose and the mouth. I will show you later. This is just for understanding that everything he does and everything you should do then is put the figure in a 3-dimensional space. And so he's then creating like this line and is splicing it up, and then from here he goes to the back, and right here where like this shape comes down here, like here's somehow your ear. I would even say it's probably here. And even he uses the eraser, like he doesn't get it right all of the time. He uses the eraser, he rearranges things, but he knows his basics. He knows how to construct this thing that is the female head, and he knows that from the ear comes down here like the neck muscles, and I know that now too. And then he says, he just turns it around, as you can see. He just makes these lines longer, and then he starts with like always his front shape. That's always what he does. And then from the front shape he makes this 1, 2, 3, but we have also a little bit of a slice up there. And then he goes back here and he creates this ball. He uses, what does he call it? A simplified Loomis method. And this is the heads I was drawing with him. Again, I paused always the video because he was kind of rushing through them, or it was sped up. And I was kind of getting a hang of it. And before we go through all the faces I drew, I think you have to internalize this. You have to kind of practice this, and maybe hands and legs and the heads, and you have to internalize this until you can do it. You can construct this from your head. We will come in a second at the end of the video how I constructed it again. But yeah, as I said, like he starts here, and I was trying to draw it from my head, but not everything. As you can see, this shape wasn't clearly as good, but here I was rewatching the video and doing it for a second time or a third time, and now I'm starting to get the hang of it. So it takes time, and that's what I want to say. And I also want to say that again, I repeat myself, but do not just practice the anatomy. Do that, you need that. That's like having your alphabet together. You're able to play, you're able to dribble. It's like in basketball or football. You have everything you need, and then you can play. But you should also play. You should also take a look at your heroes, and from time to time just copy and mimic them, and get also a feel for what other artists were doing there. But as you can see, this what we're studying right now is the underlying structure. And then again, he does it really fast, but he explains it in a way also beautifully, but really fast. Then he draws, like, again, here he starts with this line, he comes down here, and he has the practice, and then he creates his 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. He says he creates like these 3 shapes. And then from here he goes back, as you can see, in this 3-dimensional space. I would say he goes even further back. And I was going through the motion, learning. It definitely helped me. Then he does another one where he tilts the head up, and he draws again this line first, and then he does 1, 2, and he creates 3 equally sized surfaces, and then he goes in and kind of puts in I can put it now in like then here are the eyes, and here is the nose. Am I in focus? And there's a million ways to do that. Like every artist does it a bit different. So he has his style. Maybe probably he got it a bit from Mark Silvestri or Jim Lee, or who knows where he soaked it up. But you have to soak it up from your heroes and kind of see and try for yourself how you will make it happen and what styles you like. But as you can see, this is what you have to kind of memorize and be able to do with your faces. You need to be able to construct a female or male face, torso, hand from time to time, or let's say all of the time. And as you can see here, I was trying again the side, because now he's putting in the details like the nose, the eye sockets, and this is how he starts, like pretty I don't want to say robotic, let me zoom in, but he's putting in, and here you will have the eyes, and as you can see where the eyes ends, like here are the lips, and here are the ears, and here the nose kind of starts, and here it ends, and you will learn all those things, not just from his channel, also from books, but I'm just telling you, like, this is the work you need to do to be able to create freely whatever you want. And as you can see now, I redo this again because he does it in his video. He draws the underlying shapes, as you can see. Like I just copied again this face to show you, like the upper one. And in his version of the video, he takes this head, erases it, so that he sees it very, very lightly, and then he starts penciling it over, and then he starts to put in some basic information, like here are my eye sockets, here are the lips, and he does it, of course, far more beautiful than I do it, than the way I do it, because like he has more practice, but it will come in time and with practice, I would say. And as you can see, every pose I was drawing earlier, I first was drawing this pose, I redrew it again so I could learn it, and then I was putting in the ear, the lips, the eye sockets, and then he draws one from the back, and even he says that this is very complicated, and who knows how many times he has done it. So be patient on yourself, but also try to get these fundamentals under your belt. And as you can see, like we have this head here, this one. I redrew it again because I wanted to leave it empty for you to see, and then he puts in here the nose, the eyes, the details, and as you can see, this is very three-dimensional. Like this is also kind of blocky, and this is how you want to have it. And in this structure, you want to put in your flesh and your face. And I was copying him, and he told me in his video the eye lines from this angle are very flat, and then you have to kind of do this, and the nose, well, you could erase here something if you're not happy with this, or you could make it a bit shorter or wider. Not every person has the same nose. As you can see here, where the eye line goes down here are the lips, and you just gotta get a feeling for this. Then he starts to explain a bit the eyes and how they're round, and how they lie in the sockets. And I think you're grasping already like the complexity of drawing a comic and to draw sequential pages in the quality he does it. And I would say don't be afraid. You don't have to go overboard. There are still other artists that do it maybe a bit more simplified, like Jeff Smith in Bone, or Charlie Adlert in The Walking Dead, or Frank Miller, but still, this is what you need. And on the third page, I was then As you can see, this is the head from the beginning, like this head and like this head. And now after step 1, constructing the basic, then step 2, putting in what you need, then he went to step 3, erased the pencil lines or made them a bit brighter, and then he started kind of rendering it with his inks. And as you can see, like, this is the style he picked up. This is how he does eyebrows, how he draws the eyes, how he makes the nose, how he makes the lips, the ears. And this drawing is very far from perfect, what I'm doing right now. This is probably, yeah, I don't know. This is as close as I could get to him. But as you can see, I'm already understanding that here the muscle comes down, the neck muscle comes down, and I'm putting in like 1, 2, 3, and I'm kind of trying to understand and learning how it is done. So he goes also on to explain another angle and this angle, and as you can see, my stuff looks kind of terrible, but this is what it takes. I mean, I don't know if you're into music. I wasn't a big fan of Ed Sheeran, but Ed Sheeran practically told the audience once that he was singing so much until he finally got it right, or he started to grow in a direction that was suitable. And a lot of musicians, a lot of comic artists tell that you gotta start something, and you kind of have to learn the basics, the rules of the game, and then you can play the game. And as you can see, not all perfect. This one is kind of ugly, but I was trying to get it right. I tried it again, didn't get it, and then I just followed suit with the video and tried to understand the nose. But of course, just doing it once maybe won't help. Like, you're not memorizing it. I think you need to do it a couple of times, and then you have to also apply it, and then you have to also have fun with it. But the more you do it, I think, like, this mouth is beautiful. The more you do it, the more you learn, the more you can put it into your own work, and then it gets good. So let me show you at the end of this video. It's a bit, yeah. He was kind of always starting here with this line, and then he put in like his 3 basic shapes, but here it was also like, and I think Andrew Loomis does like here the head, and here comes down the jaw, and so I don't know, how does it do the cheekbones? I think he does always something like this, and then he puts in here the eye sockets, and the nose comes always a bit up, and here are the lips, and here in the middle you will have like the end of your lips, and then it's let me see if I learned something from the lips. Yeah, doesn't look bad. And then like the lower lip is like this, and how is the nose? Maybe something like this, and then, well, it's far from perfect, but as you can see, it kind of works. You're kind of getting the hang of it, and I think this has to come a bit lower, and you can always erase and do your ear here, and you need to learn how to do the ear, and then later when you come in with your inks, I think you can then do something much more beautiful or more distilled. And yeah, you gotta learn all of these pieces to put it then all together. I hope I could help. When I was forming this video, I kind of thought it would be a bit more awesome than it is, but I hope I could help with some philosophy and some understanding. And yeah, let's hope this video is a good one.